So anyhow, a good project manager would be someone that has the verbal skills to deal with people, because that's probably the most important item that comes on, is verbal communication, and be able to get your point across in a manner that doesn't necessarily upset people, but lets them know what you're looking for. Is able to make on-the-job decisions, to where if there's changes to be made or a different routing that has to be taken, that he can is intelligent enough and versed enough in that job that he can say, yes, this is what we're going to do, and I'm telling you to do it this way, so that the job can continue on in a timely fashion.
You call think on his feet or her feet.
Yes, and have the knowledge. You got to have the personality. You got to have the knowledge, and I guess you got to have the want to. He has to be on the job in timely fashions to where the job can flow properly. If he doesn't show up on a regular basis, then the continuity probably will break down somewhat.
Yeah. What is teamwork in that? How would you feel teamwork comes into this?
Well, it's everybody's in there to make a dollar, and if you don't work together, the teamwork aspect, if you don't work together, somebody's going to come out on the short end of the stick. So if everybody is working towards the same goal, which is to get the job done in a timely fashion, then each contractor probably will come out financially in a better net when the job's complete.
Very good. You mentioned the successful person has to be there on time and know to be people's person, kind of. In your work in this industry, in the construction or plumbing in particular, you are dealing with people, materials, money, time, equipment, and each of these is a folder in itself to manage, or area to manage. Let me ask you, how would you manage people, and then go to managing material, managing your site, even the project site? How would you manage people first?
Well, in our work, in the managing of people, you're just one person out of several. So you've got other people involved that has jobs and responsibilities that also makes your job easier, and things work out as they should in the end. So I guess you have to have key people that is able to take on, their share of the job, and keep part of the load off of you as a person, so you're not responsible for everything. So good key people around you is a necessity. So I don't know if that answers your
some
question.
people are moody. Suppose you have a difficult person to deal with, but he is very professional. He's very good in his work, but he's moody. He is, unpredictable sometimes, but he does a wonderful job. How would you deal with that? Would you fire him? Just don't give me headaches?
A lot of the times you feel like it, but but it go back to what I said a while ago, that personalities and being able to deal with people is extremely important in any job that you're managing. So you have to have the ability to be able to work through that, and you also have to have enough brains to know do you need this person or do you not? I mean, if he's moody and you don't need him, life's simple, go on. But if you do need him, then you need to work around those problems in some fashion to where everybody can live with each other.
And the other image, if you have somebody who is really decent, who is really honest, who is really good person, but he's not very proficient, how would you deal with this? Would you have patience and teach him or her, or just you don't have time for that? How would you?
Well, you try to, but there is really good, decent people out there that can never learn.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have.
They are talented in some other areas,
right?
Yes.
So, hopefully they have the ability that you can help them through their blind spots, and to where they can pick up on what it is they're to learn and to do, and be able to become a good person for you to work with. But there is people that will never get there, so it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So at that point, everybody has to know this is not working unless...
Maybe they are successful in some other...
Yes, everybody has a niche somewhere. And may not be doing what we do.
Very good. Okay, and then after people, you want to manage money. you have a certain amount of cash and you are expecting some money to come next week and you have some commitments to pay tomorrow. How would you manage money in the business?
Very delicately.
Thanks.
Managing money is an ongoing problem because you always have somewhat of a cash flow. There's always somebody that did not pay when they were supposed to pay, and there's always a reason that they didn't pay, and sometimes it's a good reason and sometimes it's not a good reason. So that's what and earlier we alluded to the fact that you do need to have a good financial institution behind you, because sometimes we anyhow don't have enough money to do things without some assistance temporarily from other sources, our bank.
Loans or something.
Right. And you always, and they always hope that you get paid. And if somebody decides not to pay you for whatever reason, then it's down to do you have enough that you can sue and collect? And if you do sue them, that don't mean you're going to get paid, because a lot of the times you just put a lien against a piece of property, and they can never sell the property till the lien's satisfied. But
what is a lien?
Lien is a formal paperwork filed against a piece of property that goes against the title, so they cannot get a clear title until this paperwork has been taken care of and settled.
So the lien is against a piece of property, not against a person?
No, it's against the property.
Okay. And who files it?
The person that's not getting paid.
The person who is not getting paid?
Yes.
So if one of your workers...
Okay, there's business
There's
going
business
right on
coming.
there.
That's on the spot. Let's take it. Take it, please. Well, so the lien is on a property of land, not on a person. And the person who files for it is the person who is not getting paid.
Correct.
Now,
his attorney is.
Now, suppose that one of your workers is not paid by you, and he wants to get the money because you didn't pay him for any reason. How would he file a lien on you or on the property of you?
No, you can't. It's down, he'd have to get an attorney and come after you if they're an attorney, but he can't file a lien for labor against me for wages not paid.
Can he put or file a lien on the property of the owner so that the owner gets crazy and the owner pushes you to pay him? Something like that?
Well, that's going to be more technical than I can answer, so okay. I'm not up on the legalities. But on liens, just as an example, this week we received a check for a job that we had filed a lien on 4 years ago, probably.
Because somebody didn't pay you.
Because they didn't pay us for the work. And they either wanted to refinance their home, this was on a home, so they either wanted to refinance it and couldn't because we had a lien against it, or they wanted to sell it. But we were contacted by a mortgage company and wanted to satisfy that lien. So for whatever reason, 4 years later, we did receive a nice check in the mail for work that we did not get paid for. So
with interest or no?
We got some interest, but we just cut it down and because we wanted to get paid.
But
so
legally,
legally,
or fairly, you are entitled to have for 4 years, for example, your money was tied
yes.
up for 4 years. You are legally or honorably, you can ask for interest.
Well, to my knowledge, yes, but again, that's getting in a field that I don't have all the answers to. So,
okay. I guess we can have some messages or commercials and come back.